This is a setup video for the GEKO Xpedition Dashcam model X100. It's the 1080p version without the LCD, so you need a smartphone to aim and access. Here we are going to do the setup in-house instead of in the vehicle, only because I'm going to do many different configurations. So you're going to line up the pins on the top with the pins on your bracket, and make sure you don't bend the pins or touch them. They're critical to the function of the dash cam. And we're going to attach power, and I'm just going to use it from a tablet adapter, which happens to be 5 volts and 2 amps. So it's the same cord that you'll have. It's fired up and giving us our status. The blue light means it's charging. The Wi-Fi, which we're about to connect to, takes about 20 seconds to load. So we're just going to allow it time to boot up the Wi-Fi. We're going to use an Android Marshmallow 6.0.1 smartphone to do the configuration today. But I want to begin by showing you exactly what the dash cam's doing. So right here is a Wi-Fi analyzer, and the center and the very top, the highest strength, is the Xpedition Dashcam hotspot. It's on channel 6. It's on the 2.4 megahertz scale. It's that it just dropped out. Did you see that? Now that was the collision with all the other channel 6 devices in this area where I am now. This won't happen in your car because there's not going to be all this Wi-Fi hotspots around your vehicle, unless of course you parked inside of a mall. There we are. So just to show you that that's what your dash cam is doing. It's broadcasting. We're going to download the app. So on this one we're going to of course use Play Store from Google, and we're going to do a search for Xpedition, and there it is, GEKO Xpedition from Papago Inc. That's the correct app. That's what it looks like. You're going to install it. You have to accept all these wonderful things only because they're made or connecting to all your apps that you want to share video with later, including Skype. So here we go. It's downloading. It's a 17.4 megabyte download. It will probably get bigger very soon. It's installing. Okay, we got it here. We're just going to open it up quickly. Okay, this is the main startup. Now we are going to actually, I wouldn't say bypass it, but we're going to get into this camera a different way, and I'm going to show you why. If I try to connect right now, it shows the Xpedition's SSID network name as a hotspot. Beside it is a white, hard to see Wi-Fi signal indicator showing full strength. If it's dark colored, black, there's no strength. If you see that, press the refresh right above and it will refresh the signal. You tap it and you get the sign in for your password, which is perfectly normal. This is the default 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. You're going to log in, and if you at any time tried to put in your own password, even if you typed it in correctly, you're going to get this happening. It just cycles and cycles and cycles, and it eventually times out. So you can't get in, and there's a reason, and I'm about to reveal that. So we're going to go back. If the password that I just tried failed, it should have said failed, but it didn't. It kept trying. There's a reason. We're not going to use this. So we're going to go back to the home page, and I'm going to mimic you in your car where there is no Wi-Fi. So I'm going to actually get off my own router and kill the connection. And now this reveals the trouble. On your smartphone, Wi-Fi management settings menu, and this will be similar on an iPhone. You're going to see that it just your smartphone tried to connect to Xpedition, but it's also going to show that it had no internet access, so it didn't connect. And not only that, but it says here it won't automatically reconnect, meaning it will never allow you to try a second time. This is why the app is timing out. Now this is because in this specific Wi-Fi hotspot setting, it saved the wrong password. If you changed it, it still got the wrong one. So you're going to forget the network, and it immediately reappears because the camera is broadcasting, and you're going to type in your new password, whatever it happens to be. So we're going to put in a very secret one that nobody should know but you, and then hit connect, and it will save. Now on Android, go immediately to your main home screen and wait for a prompt. It's going to try to connect. There it is. It says Wi-Fi has no internet access. Touch for options. This is where everybody's getting stuck. They're not realizing that you can actually set your smartphone hotspot management system to connect to a non-internet access point, but it won't want to do it because you have a smartphone. Smartphone won't want you to do it, so hit yes. Now at the top you will see your Wi-Fi symbol with an exclamation mark. It should be similar on an iPhone. Now we're going to get the app. We already downloaded it, so let's put it on the home screen. Okay, so here we are. You now have your app, and we're going to launch it. If I can get it to go. Now this might happen if you try to tap it too quick. I've done this before. Let's close everything. There we are. So it starts up, and look in the center. The center, previously it had the graphic for connecting. We're already connected. You don't have to do that anymore. There is no more issue. It's been solved. So instead it shows the SSID number of the camera, which is perfect, and it gives you ability to view. This is the small view, this is a full screen view. So we're going to try the small view, and let me just hold it up for a minute. So there we are, a small view of my couch. I guess you would call this a couch cam. Right now it's let me see if I can just get it to hold for a moment. We're going to try to do it the widescreen. So let me go back, relaunch this for a moment. We'll do the widescreen. So in the beginning it loads up the Google map below, which we're not using because I'm not on Wi-Fi. We're going to go wide just for a moment, and I just want to highlight one feature of this dash cam. I'm pointing it. It's hard to see, but I'm not here for quality. I'm here for an actual wide angle shot. That's a 7-foot couch. You can see 1 foot either side beyond it. That's 9-foot wide view from 3 feet away. That's a 155-degree wide angle lens. That is exactly what you want for a dash cam if you were in an accident or trying to catch something on the corner of the windscreen, and you would have to turn your head to see it. This dash cam can record it. That is excellent for a dash cam, and this is why I bought this unit. That and its night vision, its night view. It's amazing. So we're going to just leave that for a moment and go back to the app. So we're going to just go back. Okay, here we are. The top has information giving you the name and the device manager. The device manager now says the word connected, and a trash can has appeared, meaning this entry, if you tap on it, will put in the password that what you had set earlier in the app, or else it's the default password, meaning if you just tap it, you don't have to type anything to reconnect. But you don't have to do this anymore. We bypass that by going straight to your smartphone's Wi-Fi management system and saving the password there. But if you want to clear the password in this app, you hit the trash can, hit the refresh, and do it again. If you want your Mac ID for the camera, tap and it will appear. The Mac ID and the password. If you've forgotten what it is, it actually shows on the screen. And it's an interesting thing, but you probably will never need it. The other side is the actual settings. This is what you're here to see, and I have to go over a couple of things. At the top is the actual device settings. So we have your microphone on and off. You got your G sensor for rough roads, accidents, or the like. You can adjust the sensitivity. It's useful to have. Your delay startup. It's currently set for 20 seconds. You can have it shut down immediately after you turn off the ignition in your car. You can have it set for never shut down, which is what the expensive dash cams offer if you hardwire their dash cam to your battery terminals under the dash. Or you can set it to anything you want, which is very good to have because you might only want it for 10 seconds or maybe 5 or maybe 5 minutes. Either way, you have the ability. When you get your dash cam, set it to your phone's time. That's just standard. And the resolution is set for 1080. You cannot adjust it. I asked the developer and they do not want to add the 720, which is too bad. The name is encoded, so it's permanent. You can't change the name, but you can change the password. And this is where once you change it, basically the app won't let you get back in, but it's not the app. It's your smartphone's Wi-Fi management system that locks you out of reconnecting to a non-internet network. It's kind of silly, but it makes sense. So now you know how to get past that issue. Uploading firmware. This one currently, when they ship this cam, it's 1.10. And I don't think they've adjusted it. Formatting the SD card. This you must do if you change the card or if you can't access the files any longer on the card from the app. This is what happens. It says format, it says wait device to restart. Now what happens is it actually has to turn off. So you wait. Don't do anything else. Don't unplug the power. There we go. It shut off and now it's restarted with a new folder structure, and everything that was on the card has been erased. Now what I've never tried, but I will in the future, is see if the protected folders actually remain without it being deleted, but I'm pretty positive when you format the card you lose everything, but I'll check it later. Okay. If we go back, there's the download firmware. Now what this is your app connecting to the home page of GEKO to get the newest firmware, puts it in your phone, then you go to device settings and you upload it to the camera. And that's this is a two-step procedure. Don't do the download firmware now if your camera or your dash cam still has the same. There's no need to do it twice. And I know people that had trouble logging in think they had to reflash the cam. It has nothing to do with the camera. Now we know. The About Us is good because it tells you what the version of the app is. It's 2.11. If you have problems with your new app when they send out a new revision, if you have trouble, go to the bottom. The bottom has the contact information, and I wouldn't mind if you please post below this video your issues with the newer versions of the app, just so we can track it together. Okay, and then you can clear the cache. The cache is of course the smartphone stuff. So if your smartphone's acting up or you got too many apps going and you're running out of memory or whatever, you can go ahead and clear this, but it's basic. This is like maintenance. I'd probably clear it every 2 months or so. So for now we don't care, it's just installed. Alright, so we go back to the beginning. let's just load the live view, which is my couch on its side, kind of. We're going to look at the local folder. Now the local folder, I currently have 15 local videos and 7 static photos. That's from previously. So I'm going to go back and we're going to look at the SD card. Here's the SD card file structure. This is what happens when you format any SD card that this camera can read. And you'll know if your camera can handle the SD card because it'll give you an error light if it can't detect it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to use the Bluetooth remote to snapshot a 12-second video. So here we go. When you click it, the camera has to beep to acknowledge the signal. If it doesn't, you do it twice. Now my problem is there's massive channel 6 traffic in this area, and it's obviously affecting even the Bluetooth here. Anyway, 12 seconds, and we'll check the manual video folder, and there's the actual video we just took with the remote, and here it is of my lovely couch sideways. It's wonderful. But what we want to see here is, what do you do with this? Well, you have an option. It's up the top. There's 3 dots, and then beside it is the Google Maps icon. We're going to press the 3 dots, which puts a check mark enabling you to select without opening. And now at the bottom you have 2 additional things you can do. You can download or you can trash it. The download actually starts to save the snapshot you just took from the SD card into your smartphone, and then it converts it. And I believe the conversion is stripping off the GPS. Whenever you download using the app, the GPS doesn't remain. The only time the GPS remains is if you remove the SD card, the micro SD card, and take it with a reader to your PC. Then it will remain. Let's go back, hopefully, and we're going to go back one more time. Well, before we do that, let's just check the normal. The event folder is when you hit a bump or an accident, or you're in an accident. The normal is the re-recorded 3-minute clips of your continuous loop going with the camera, and it continually does 3 minutes at a time. During the day, these are about 180 meg because of the brightness picking up all the detail. At night, when there's less detail, it's a smaller file. I do have right there in the middle is a 160 meg clip, and we can download one of these. So you hit the 3 dots, press it, turn it orange check mark, go to the bottom, hit download, and it will repeat. This is off the normal recording. This is not from the snapshot. This is just continuously recording. And we grab that and we go back, 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 and now we're at the main screen. And now we go to your local. Your local files are in your smartphone, and we're going to just check the video. So I've added one there, and we've added 2. So it's the same scenario. Click the 3 dots. We don't want to select everything, but if you wanted to delete them all, you would click the bottom, select all, and then hit the trash can, and they're all gone. However, we don't want to do that. We only want to pick the last one, or the first one, sorry. Now at the bottom you can hit share. The share icon, depending on the apps you have in your phone, you can now activate all of them, and that's what your permissions were when you first put in the app. The more you got, the more permissions you got to accept. So we're not going to do that right now. I want to show you the editing. At the very far left, there's a trash can for deleting, and the very far left is your video editor. This is in the app. Now, it's not the greatest video editor in terms of features, but you can do this. If this was outside, and and you was a crummy day and you wanted more blue for the sky, you hit the blue, and then you go up to add a title and put in a title like whatever you want. We'll use P. We'll just put it all the way across just to give you some kind of idea. So there's the title, gets flashed at the beginning of the video, and then the GEKO logo gets stamped on the end. But you can hit the little tune icon, and here are royalty-free background music you can add. Now, it's not too bad. So you hit save, and once it's saved, okay, you're back at the main screen of all your clips in the smartphone, and you select the one you just edited, go to your share button at the bottom, and now you can email it or whatever you're going to do with it. Well, don't email 180 meg video, but there we go. You have the ability to now do that. That's all built in. Okay, so that's it. That's everything. That's all you need to know for this. I'm going to do another setup video on adding an SD card and some tricks that is not documented, which you're going to be interested in. Thank you for viewing. Hit the appropriate thumbs up or down, and leave your comments. I want to know if yours is working, if yours not working, what kind of problem you're having. I will solve it for you. There we go. Catch you on the next video.